Last night, I showed you the day I recently spent in Washington with Minnesota 8th District Congressman Pete Stauber. And the conversation we had about mining, infrastructure, immigration, and more. Tonight, part 2 of that conversation centering around Stauber's continued support of Donald Trump as he runs for a return to the White House.
The great Pete Stauber. Come on up. Like President Trump, I love this country.
Running for the first time in 2018, then candidate Pete Stauber spent time with then President Donald Trump, both on stage
and I love our Constitution.
And behind the scenes, ultimately riding the Trump wave to victory.
Pete Stauber is the next congressman.
Turning a traditionally blue 8th Congressional District red.
From the lakes of Minnesota.
All these years later, Stauber still speaks highly of Trump.
It's interesting because Donald Trump, his policies moved America forward.
We have another presidential election coming up. You endorse Donald Trump again for president. He denies losing the last one, faces a barrage of legal trouble, twice impeached now. Why is he the best candidate for the job on the Republican side of the aisle?
If you look today, are we better off now than we were 4 years ago? No, we're not. We're inflation, higher gas prices, higher grocery prices, the geopolitical space across the world because of lack of leadership. This November, the election is going to be between President Biden and former President Trump. They're both leading, in their conventions in the delegate count.
The other major event that's taken place since I was here was January 6th.
Mike Pence, I hope you're going to stand up for the good of our Constitution.
I FaceTimed with you while you were barricaded in an office.
This is now effectively a riot.
With all of the chaos going on around you.
What we're seeing right now is unacceptable. This isn't the America that we want or deserve. We can do better. Violence is never the answer.
The last couple of weeks, Donald Trump has been calling those imprisoned for the attacks hostages. He's implied he's looking at pardoning them if elected president. As a former law enforcement officer who frequently touts law and order, how do those comments sit with you?
I need support.
I've always said that those that broke the law on January 6th should be accountable. Just like I said, those that attacked police and federal buildings during the 2020 Summer of Love should be held accountable. Anybody that broke the law, I have always supported law enforcement and holding people accountable that break the laws. And I always will.
But those comments by the former president don't make you feel differently about supporting him in this run for president?
The American people are going to decide. I've chosen and I'm going to support President Trump. He's going to be our nominee. In my mind, there's no question about it. He's going to be our nominee. And the American people have the right to determine who the president is going to be.
My time with Congressman Stauber made up half of my 4-part Washington series. While in D.C., I also spent time with Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar and Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin. You can look for those stories next Wednesday and Thursday.